Hello everybody, it's Faisal Talpur here once again. I have been coming across a lot of people who have been facing a lot of challenges in their current professional life, whoever they're working for, and it doesn't really matter where they are in the world. So I'm talking about people from here, United Kingdom. I'm talking about people in the Arab world, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia. I'm talking about the Asian part of the world. And what seems to be most common amongst a lot of these professionals is that they are thinking of quitting their job for many reasons. Some of them are sick and tired of their mundane work, their routine job. They've been literally been doing it for about 20-25 years, and they've literally got bored of it. That's one reason. Other reason is they may want to spend time with their families. Other thing that has been happening a lot amongst big organizations is redundancies, right? Layoffs, which is turned out to be a massive problem. Now, I'm not going to name some of the companies out there, but I'm sure, if you work for one of those companies, then you know what I'm talking about. And there is no remorse whatsoever. Either you have reached a certain age and they would say, thank you very much, you have reached your early retirement and we let you go. Or it may well be that the company is going through internal changes, or perhaps a retrenchment, and that's why they want to lay off people. No matter what the reason is, we are not here to talk about problems. We are here to offer you a solution. And many years ago, I started working or started helping some of the people who have been in the who have been in the corporate world, and we have been now setting up businesses for them. And here I am to tell you that no matter what profession you're in, it can actually be converted into a viable, sustainable, money-making venture. Okay, I repeat that. No matter what you do, so you could be a branch manager at one of the big banks, and all you've been doing the last 10, 15, 20 years is managing people and managing branches, and you've gone up the hierarchy. You could be an IT contractor working for a company. You could be a nurse, right? I'm, by the way, giving you real examples of some of our clients. You could be in the construction industry, you could be in the emulsion industry, you could be in the chemical industry, you could be in any industry whatsoever, and you could be doing any job or any role, whether you're at an executive level or you are at a mid-management level, does not matter. No matter what you do can actually be converted into a business. Now, I'll tell you, we obviously successfully do it over here, but I'll actually part with some of the very basics of how you can turn your professionalism into becoming an entrepreneur, right? And this is how you do it. So at work, the last however many years you've been doing what you've been doing, I'm sure there have been times, even if you're sick and tired of what you do now, not because of you are sick and tired of the nature of work, but maybe perhaps you are not enjoying the environment anymore. It's become too mundane, but you may still love what you do, or you're extremely experienced at it. The way to extract what you absolutely love doing from the myriad of things that you have been doing for the last 15-20 years is think of the experiences that you have had that have somehow they're stuck over here in your head, as to you may have helped somebody, or you may have worked on a certain project, or you may have managed a certain kind of team, or you may have done something, or maybe perhaps traveled somewhere, dealt with a different kind of people altogether, or introduced yourself to a product launch. I don't know what it was. No matter whatever it was, there must have been something or a few things, number of things, which you loved in your career, right? Write them down on a piece of paper now, okay? Write them down now and try and identify if that is big enough for you to offer it to the market as a service or as a product, right? So say for example, if you have worked on a project and that project was there to solve a big problem, if you can project manage similar projects like that, right? But not necessarily stuck to the company that you're working for now, right? That can be converted into a business, right? Or you could be an IT contractor, perhaps working for any of the IT companies, for example, and you can cut off from that company and you can turn that into a viable venture now, right? I'll tell you what that will give you. Of course, it's going to give you the flexibility, the time, the mobility, all that you're looking for. So the bottom line here is step number one: try and identify, out of all the things you've been doing the last 15-20 years, what is it that you love the most? What is it that you think can provide the most amount of value to the market out there, right? So if you were to feel needed, if you were to feel that, I have got this in me and this can actually be converted into an offering at the back of which I can make some money, that is what you need to write down. So what is the biggest outcome that you can give to a prospective client, right? Who may be looking for the product or service that you may have, right? And this is something that you already contain within yourself now. What I mean by that is that the last 10, 15, 20 years, however many years you've been working, the experience that you have gained, right, is what I'm talking about, right? The other day I was speaking to somebody, and the last 15 years he has been also 15 years or so he's been in business, and all he has faced is troubles. And I said, well, that's a fantastic story, because if you have faced all the troubles that you could have thought of, right, that gives you a whole list of things how not to do business, right? Convert that into a positive, right? And then you can offer that as a consultancy, how to convert businesses into something positive who have been suffering, right? So no matter what you've been going through, identify your likes, identify the things that you absolutely have, you have loved doing, what you have been fascinated by, perhaps that's the right word, during your career, right? Make a list of those things. That is step number one, guys. Wait for the second video where I'm going to share with you step number two. I'm hoping that you would have made a list of all the things that you have loved to do in your work by then. For now, thank you very much. Faisal Talpur. Adios.